Moving on, a group of bipartisan U.S. senators have introduced a bill that would require Washington to regularly transfer Russian assets frozen in the U.S. to Kyiv. Now, the bill calls for amendments to laws signed by former President Joe Biden. These laws allow the U.S. government to seize Russian frozen assets and provide military assistance to Ukraine. Both Republican and Democratic senators are pushing the U.S. government to start transferring these frozen assets to Ukraine every 90 days. The bill also calls for implementing a sustained diplomatic campaign to convince U.S. allies to start using at least 5% of frozen Russian assets in Ukraine's interests. In addition, senators want Washington to report on the amount of Russian sovereign assets, including frozen assets, held outside the U.S. Now, since the start of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the EU, Canada, U.S. and Japan have all frozen approximately $300 billion of sovereign Russian assets. And of these, about $5 to $6 billion are in the U.S., with most in Europe, including $210 billion, held at the Euroclear International Platform in Belgium. Now, earlier this week, Russia had warned European states that it would go after any state which seeks to take its sovereign assets. Moscow's threat came in response to reports that the European Union was floating the idea of spending billions of dollars worth of frozen Russian assets to help Ukraine.
Thank you all for joining us both in person.